So, I have a confession to make, guys. A confession of the utmost, most stupidity, if you will. This is not the original audio. This is another version. This is a version done after playing this. Do you know why this exists? Because me being a complete tool decided to not save the original audio. So I'm now having to redo the whole audio over this, which kind of sucks, I must be honest. But there we go, that's kind of what happened. Anyway, we're in the game and it's sort of all going wonderfully dealing and he's being weird. I seem to remember saying about how weird he was being. And it's a little bit different doing it like this because I've done this, so I'm talking about like the past. Whereas if I'm actually doing this normally, I'm talking about the present, and it's like it feels different and it's a lot different to do it. And apparently we're anxious, which is a big thing, and apparently he has a sore butt, which I didn't really want to know. And he also talks like a creature from the dead. Certainly doesn't talk like a human, and he certainly doesn't hit like a human. Quite a moving though. I don't know what that voice was. I don't know what this voice is. I seriously haven't got a clue. I don't want to know how that sounds on playback. I'll cut that. Nah, I won't cut that. But anyway, as you can see, we didn't quite get the El Presidente. Whoops. Thought I'd try Diablos there, see if he was any better. He was kind of shit when I used him before, so sort of use him and think like, yeah, maybe he'll be better now, who knows. Fingers crossed. And I'm actually crossing my fingers here, even though it has already happened, and this is just a repeat for me. Because apparently I am that stupid. All that truthful. All that truthful. I'm going to go with truthful, because it makes me sound better. Anyway, if we're... quite simple. That looks weird. Oh, he's dead. No, he's not. Nope. He's just turned into a chav. Well, that's annoying. I don't like chavs. Well, he's got kind of stuff I can draw from him, so I'll start drawing them. I draw a double. I don't know what a double does. I haven't got a clue about that. I know what Shiva does. Shiva! Chaff killing attack! And right, I don't know, it's diamond stuff, isn't it? I think it is. I don't remember. I do like Shiva though. I do like Shiva. I think it might be Shiva and Ifrit. It might be because they both appeared in my two favourite Final Fantasies, which is this one and Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy X is really coming out for the PlayStation 3, like soon, like in a couple of months, I think. I'm probably going to buy that. Not lying. I'm probably going to buy that. Even though I have the game on PS2, both Final Fantasy X and X2, I probably will still rebuy them because they were just they were just fantastic games. I just love to play them in HD, you know, and I would prefer to capture from the PS3 rather than from the PS2 purely because of the better graphics. And like I said, they're HDing it. It's the same as like with this, you know, it's sort of an HD version. I could have captured this happily on my PS1, but it would not have come out well. Do you know what I mean? So, all two berserks. But no, I genuinely did consider it, but it would have come out probably about 240 to 360p, and doing it this way comes out about 720p, so it's a lot better, you know. Now basically I was just drawing everything there, making sure he didn't have any losing my collective shit here, any GFs on him. Now I had actually checked and I knew that he didn't have any, although I knew the next GF was sort of not from him but from somewhere completely different. Nonetheless, I still actually checked to be better safe than sorry. I thought I'd use Siren here just for difference, you know. I hadn't realised there that I needed the remedy. I am a bit of stupidity on my own part there. Yeah, this guy was an arsehole. He kept silencing people and I'll draw a Suna, and I'm thinking I can't draw a Suna, I've got no one who can do magic, so I got like, I think it was eye drops for science, I think. I used a soft there, but I was actually wrong on that, I think. And I'll be honest, I really should have brought more stuff like that with me. I didn't think, that was my problem, I just didn't think I need it, and then I sort of found myself a bit without, you know. That being said, I still beat this guy, so, you know. Oop, that's a spoiler. Well, it's not really a spoiler, is it? I mean, kind of obvious I beat this guy, otherwise I wouldn't sound so happy about him. You know, I'm good at killing chefs. No, nothing in my life. True story. Oh yeah, I'm finally getting Siren out. I'm not a big fan of Siren, I've got to be honest. Out of all the different ones, she's probably the least interesting for me. I don't know what you guys think, you know, leave your comments down below, but I think her attack, aside from not being as strong as some of the others, visually it doesn't look that brilliant, you know? But I do look forward to getting my 6th GF. It's a little while ahead, well, I didn't think it was, but oh, my chair's moving, I apologise. I didn't think it was that far ahead. I missed so much stuff out. It's ridiculous, you know. Like I really did miss a lot of stuff, and that was stupidity on my own part. And you know, I hold my hands up, and yeah, I've just lost everything I was saying. That I literally just blanked. Oh god, but no, I blanked. I've lost it now. Let's change the topic. Shiva. That does sound a little bit like part of the Big Final Fantasy film. What can we talk about while we're here? I mean, not really much to talk about the bad guy. Been working on my music this morning. Still doesn't sound that good. Sounds better. Sounds better than it was. Still doesn't sound good. I got some music editing software, FL Studio. Not very good with that yet, but I'm better than I was, and I sort of I can construct a half decent beat now, and I couldn't do that like a week ago. So, you know, that's cool. I'm happy with that. Like half decent obviously isn't my goal. God, look at that damage compared to Siren. Siren's like 250 something. I mean, if it was like 980, that's ridiculously high, you know. But I think really it's just so I use Siren for variety because I don't want to make the video too boring, but she just isn't that good. But again, myself, I've been working on that. I've been working on keyboard stuff. I've been writing songs actually. I've been writing lyrics recently. I've actually been doing quite well at that too. But I have been very much neglecting the production of these videos, though I'll be honest, when I sort of did this one, which is my longest, you can see it's my longest one I think. No, it was not longest to date, but it sort of overran. And I was like really happy with the audio, and then it went and I just groaned. You know, it was just, oh my god, I fucked everything up. I apologise if you can hear the mouse wheel, I have to go down because I'm nearly at the end of the visual that it's showing. And basically, I know, I just saw that this is fire and I was just like, oh, and I just could not be bothered. But I want to get this done because I want to, this specific video I mean, because I really want to get further in the game. I really want to especially get past disc 1, because I've always sort of done disc 1, I've never really done much on disc 2. So that kind of would take me into new, yeah, he's dead! That would kind of take me into new territories, whereas this doesn't. Also, you know, part of me wants to sort of do as many full plays as I can before other projects start taking off, because once they start taking off, full play they're more or less going to be abandoned. You know, and I'm not saying that because like, oh, you know, I'm going to abandon it all, it's so silly. But it's purely because when these projects, if they get anywhere, are going to just take up most, if not all, of my time. And these things take a while to produce. Well, they're taking even longer when you have to redo the audio. It doubles your production time for the raw stuff. But you know, at least it's normally pretty quick. But obviously, if the other projects are working well, I'm not going to have time for doing this. You know, and that's not something I'm happy about, because I do enjoy this. But at the end of the day, it is as it is. You know, I need to spend time on things that I have passion for, and if I'm doing stuff that I really love, but it's taking all my time, I need to spend sort of my time on that and not so much on this. That being said, I definitely want to finish the ones I've announced. There's no question of that. I plan to make these videos longer. That was something I was going to bring up. While they're talking, you can read. I was planning on increasing these video lengths from half an hour to an hour, starting on episode 10, which will be the next one. I said originally in the original audio that I was thinking about doing that. I have now confirmed I'm going to do that for two reasons. Number one, because you don't get that much done in half an hour on this game. Like, you really don't. You seem to spend most of it in conversations, whereas an hour is perhaps a little more solid. But also two, I think, is really just so I can just crank out episodes sort of quicker, because there's less editing when you do an hour instead of half an hour, you know. It really is just sort of matching audio and visual. That's all I have to do, but I have to do that more often if I'm doing half an hour episodes to an hour. So for me, it makes logical sense, and for the game it makes logical sense, for the channel it makes logical sense. And at the end of the day, those of you guys who are watching this are already content with long videos. At the end of the day, if you only want them half an hour, you can watch it in two parts. I mean, you know, YouTube says where you are, it's not the end of the world, you know. So I think it's going to be okay. If any of you guys have an issue with that, put it down below and I won't do it. But that's what I want to do. That's where I want to see this going. So, I mean, like I said, if you guys have an issue with it, it won't happen. But I think that is where the future of the channel is. I think it's taking these from half an hour to an hour. Whether or not I'll do that with Final Fantasy VII or with Assassin's Creed or Rise Sun and Run. Rise Sun and Run I'll probably do in like level stints, because the levels are in like half hour to an hour anyway. So it's kind of a short game on campaign. So I probably won't do that much sort of stuff. And that, I really should have started with that series, because that would have been a short series, but I insisted on like having it finished on personal single player first, and I didn't actually have that done at the time. So I might even get that filming today. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. I may even consider launching two series simultaneously. I haven't really decided, because at the moment, with the exception of the Hunting for the Ender Dragon I'm doing with Plenty Ponk, this is all I've really got, and you know, maybe there should be more. Anyway, as you see, we've just been discussing the plan and what we're doing, and now we're looking at the contract, which is a very confusing contract, and everyone's like confused. Which I don't find it that confusing. But Renoa just strikes me as someone who's not very worldly, and to be honest, probably not that well educated. She just strikes me as a bit silly sometimes. Mine, so does Selphie, to be fair. Christis is actually the only female in this game who doesn't strike me as silly. She's the only female who seems to know what she's doing, you know? The contract was asked to enable she's independent to make good use. Wish you the best. Understand that the contract is exception. No replacements can be made. Okay. So basically, we have to be here till Timber becomes independent, even though this group has, as best we can see, like 6 people. Okay. This is a bit difficult. Start the party. Gathering information is my specialty, sir. And 3, 2, 1. Stomachache! Of course. What do you expect? Judging by Renault's expressions, she expects that as well. I am going to... Who am I going to pick? I don't remember who I picked. I wanted Christis, but can't have her. I prefer to Dell or Selphie. I find those two annoying. But apparently I don't get them, so I get Dell and Renoa. Selphie's apparently happy about that. I don't know. I prefer like how it's done in Final Fantasy X, when you have like unlimited sort of like people, we have all the people in your party at once. There is no choose your party, like you're all there, and it's just like shooting and about time you can switch as you wish. Like I always found that system better personally, but yeah, that is just sort of a personal opinion, you know. That's just how I personally like it. I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong, I'm saying that's how I like it. And I need to scroll down again. Yay, scrollers. This is kind of just boring menu stuff. This is just me having to sort of do menu shit. I apologise for this stuff, but like I said, I don't play this when you guys aren't watching. So if I don't do this now, it never happens. I am so looking forward to getting my next GF though, just because there's a gap there. I think because I don't think I was really strong enough to actually get Diablos, and the fact I got him, I think, was luck rather than skill. So I mean, don't get me wrong, I am not complaining that I got him. Quite the opposite. I'm very happy I got him, but you know, I kind of have disobeyed the game. Oh yeah, Darkside. I remember I picked that. I couldn't remember what Darkside was. And I think, if I memory serves, I think I now go and save. I do, because I'm intelligent and I always make sure I save every chance I get. Also, it tells me how long I've been doing the video. True story. I don't really have much to say in the save menu. In fact, I don't even know you can hear me. I don't think you can. Oh wow. I'm genuinely wondering if you guys actually heard any of that. You probably wouldn't have over the audio for the game, but hey, who knows. The guy who ran Anarchist Monthly got taken to jail. Yes, that's what dictators do. They don't give them flowers, I mean. They do generally put anarchists and people who are against them in jail. Best of luck, he'll wait here, of course he will. Go interested in the cadet gathering information. Okay. I'm a bit slow on the draw with this stuff when I'm filming sometimes. Asking about the President's Day, strange that you keep asking about the President. Very polite, kept addressing me as Sir. Who do you think that can be? Maybe Mr. Gathering Information is my specialty, sir. And I think that is him. Soldiers are a little bit too, shall we say, over ambitious, over loyal, over stupid. I mean, they didn't even listen to their captain because of that. Anyway, we're off the really odd and kind of ugly looking train, and we're back in Timber! Because apparently I had the most unoriginal jokes. Chris Hutton giving unoriginal jokes since 1991. Well, actually, no, I wouldn't have been giving unoriginal jokes since 1991. I couldn't talk in 1991. Unoriginal jokes since 1994. No, I don't even think I was clever enough back then. It's definitely been a while. My first joke ever was, why do cows have bells? Because their horns don't work. I mean, you can't really get much worse than that, you know? And that was my first ever joke, to be fair. But still. Now, I went in here and I bought both the Pet Pals magazines. Now, while they are important to own, I also wasted all my money on them. I mean, don't get me wrong, I needed to get them. And it's good that I got them. It's just now I don't have any money. The trains aren't running. Apparently there's lots of hustle and bustle usually. Yeah, that'll be because of the President's trip though, won't it? They're not going to have the normal trains running if there could be an issue. I remember I panicked here. I was like, what the hell's going on? I totally didn't realise that you could be attacked here. Like, that was beyond me. I didn't know. And then I found out, I was like, oh, so that's the thing. Cool. I don't know when I'm going to film the next one of these. I might film it after this maybe. Well, actually no, I'm getting hungry though. I think I'm going to have lunch. Now that was the first time I'd ever seen Angelo. Ronaldo got attacked and he just pounded his way through and hit the guy. Don't get me wrong, I ain't complaining, it's handy, but I thought I just got Renaya doing the attack. I was like, I wonder how strong she is. Turned out, pretty strong, you know, up to sort of like School's level, so I'm pretty happy with that, you know. He seems pretty happy with that anyway. Experience, I think I did get to level my guys up, and potion was very handy. Shiva leveling up also handy. There's the weapon store, but I don't have any. I only have the first magazine for weapons, so I don't have any like the potential upgrades, which kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie. So I couldn't really do much there. Then we had the hotel, but I specifically remember them saying it was closed. But I still wanted to go in anyway and sort of have a chat with them. Can't stay because there's a bunch of roughnecks. Apparently we have to call her Francesca, because why not? Try to talk to this guy and I decided to be an arsehole. But I mean, her training was pretty bad, but I wasn't being that cruel. I wasn't trying to be mean. Anyway, I thought I'd save again while I was here. And then I fucked that up completely. Oh, I'm really bad with those old save points. I am terrible with them. I apologise for the quick mute there. I had to cough. I've still got the tail end of a cold a little bit, so I tried to get in the barrier, but it wouldn't let me in. Then I had to miss getting out of the hotel. Not as easy as it could be, I'm not going to lie. Then we ran down here to encounter two timber soldiers being idiots. Actually, no, I went back by accident. I'm going to go back afterwards. You'll see what I mean by two soldiers being idiots. So now we're going to attack a big red guy. Apparently with giant robot arms, because, you know, why not? And it's pretty... The battles are pretty slow paced. Well, I think they're slow paced. Compared to the boss battles, they're pretty fast. I mean, because the boss battles, you find yourself generally using GFs because of the sort of just the sheer power of them. But every time you set a GF up, you have to wait for it. And that takes quite a while, you know? So it takes double time essentially to do an attack. Whereas at least when you're just doing this stuff, it's fairly quick. I mean, you know, that wasn't even like a full minute, that battle's over, you know? Boss battle will take a damn slightly longer than a minute. However, they all should level up either next battle or the one after. So I'm pretty content about that. And Shiva and Diablos both learnt new shit. So I went back in there to sort of look at them and just pick something new for them to learn. Boost is like the easiest one to get, but I seem to forget it sometimes. So I just sort of... No, that's when I picked Dark Side. That's when I picked Dark Side. I seem to remember saying now that I would do the one I did first and then Dark Side. And then you see here, soldiers threatening guys' kids because, you know, that's clever. He ignored him, have to go to TV station fast. Can't bear to watch some stuff like this. I hear everyone supports the resistance, the guys that are fools. Would be better if they were Lawsworth and would go backwards forever. Followers that they're doing things you probably don't believe in. I think people who just care about promotions, and bear in mind these are like officers, but people who care about like promotions and who just want to sort of do the best they can within the military, I don't think really have their own beliefs. I think they just sort of believe what their army and what their government tells them to believe. And that's not like a diss against people like the British Army and stuff like that, but if you're sort of devoted to being in the armed forces, I think your opinions sort of just match the government. You just really want to do the best in your army. These people probably don't have their own opinions on Galbadia. Their opinions are probably the same as the government's opinion. They're probably just getting their opinion from the government. That went very political and very philosophical very quickly. I do apologise. But it's true, and hey, if it makes you guys think, then I've done something good for the day. That's my good deed for the day. I've made someone think. I seem to do that a lot. I don't know why. I can get a lot more serious than I do in these videos. I'm also just rambling at this point because there's not much to do in this battle. It's a pretty simple battle. You know, I say it's pretty simple. It's probably the most XP we're going to get out of any battle, like against these normal guys. But it is still fairly simple, you know. They're all happy because apparently killing people is something to celebrate about. Because you know, they all went up, which is good. School looks like it's going to go up soon, which is also good. Siren leveled up. I appreciate the help, but we can't let them through. Yeah, fair enough. Can't really criticise them. They don't want to risk their own families, do they? Can't blame them. I probably would make the same call actually. Think about it. So I sort of got confused here. So I thought, right, I'll go backwards and see what I can find. I was like, wait, can I go this way? Oh my god, I go this way. I remember now. Like, this was like the biggest revelation ever for me. You know, it was like, oh my god, I worked it out. And then I remember, and I thought, God, I was like, yeah, I've worked it out. And then I saw like the Timber Maniacs building. Ignore these kids, they're idiots. And I was like, didn't they say something about Timber Maniacs? I remember now. They did say something about Timber Maniacs. And they told me to look at the window, and I thought they meant like this window, and I got confused. And then I went to the other window, I was like, that doesn't work either. And then I actually hit something, and it worked. Shocking. Apparently, you're just looking down anyway, because, you know, that's what we do. We look down anyways. Now, apparently we have to pay. And she's not happy about that. And now he's been told off, which is good. And now he's getting a spanking. And before anyone complains, I wish to make the point that this game was released in the 1990s. And standards for stuff like that and beliefs for stuff like that have changed a lot since those days. So before anyone bitches, oh that's child cruelty, shut up. It was the 1990s, you know, that stuff was seen as acceptable. And now, anyway, sorry, I did go into a serious mode then, but I didn't really want to have people say, oh you shouldn't spank, it's so bad. Screw you, it's not exactly... you know, it's like that was the done thing back then, you know. Apparently we're cute. Yeah, I don't get told that in real life. Oh god, that's just a bit of self-depreciating humour. And actually I have been told that in real life, so that's a complete fabrication. I apologise. Anyway, we drew Blizzaga, which is frankly amazing. At this point, at this point in the game, drawing Blizzaga is just brilliant because, I mean, it's just, well, it's just brilliant. Read an episode of Timber Maniac, edition of Timber Maniacs, and there we go. I just realised we're nearly done. I had not realised that at all. I'm only, I think, 7 minutes from finish. Yes. No, actually, it's kind of yes because I'm redoing audio right now. And I want to do the next episode, so it kind of is a yes moment for me. And he's just talking about his dreams yesterday, which I don't give a shit about. This is why you shouldn't talk to a gas bag. Don't let my life pass by. No intention to, I can assure you. That's why I do stuff like this. I don't give a damn if not many people watch. I don't give a damn if not many people like it. I don't really care because I enjoy it. So. Well, that's kind of it, you know. I like it, I enjoy it, I do it. End of. Got kind of blunt, quite kind of blunt. I can't really speak today. I got kind of blunt, but it is because I've had so many people in the past say, "Oh, your content's shit. You know, you shouldn't make content. It's rubbish." I'm like, screw you. You know, it's not rubbish. People like it, and I don't care what you say. And I actually wrote a song to that effect earlier, so although that was probably more explicit and probably more harsh. But then again, the people who put me down because they think it's funny deserve to be treated harsh. I think anyone like that deserves to be treated badly. And I suppose Galbadia is really like that in this game. You know, Galbadia is like the big bad guy who's putting everyone down. And I think it's an easy enemy to want to beat, you know? It's an easy enemy to want to beat. I remember seeing that card ability, I got very curious, and so I did it, and I sort of had, what card have I got? I got the Diablo, I got my Ifrit card. That's literally it. I'm hoping to get like more, I want to get all the cards. It's like bloody Pokemon again, I want to collect them all. True story, I have like all of the, I think it's first 3 or 4 collections of Pokemon cards. True story. Collected them like 10 years ago, still have them. Also got like the first couple of Yu-Gi-Oh collections, again, very old, but still very effective. I can hear banging and thumping, and I'm the only one in the house. It's quite disturbing, actually. But quite disturbing, very discerning as well when you know you're the only person here and you can hear banging and thumping. It's like, what's going on, you know? I'm sure it's nothing. I'll check when the video's done. It's only like 3-4 minutes left, though. You know, that's the thing. I'll cut the video when we get to the right point. I don't actually know where this is right now, but I know we are very close to it, which is cool. Anyway, as you can see, we're still going up against Bagger. I haven't talked much about what's in the video, have I? I've just been rambling like a lunatic. One thing I will say quickly is, what would you guys think about like a podcast? Because I would be really tempted to do something like that with like my mates, because you know we can get up to some really great conversations. Like we can have like an hour or 2 hours at a time of just like really awesome conversations. Yeah, I got paid, and like we half thought about, why don't we just record that and stick that to like a podcast, you know? But anyway, you know, if you guys have made it this far, well, number 1, congratulations. 2, thank you for listening to me ramble for what is now 32 minutes. And 3, what do you guys think of that idea of a podcast? You know, it'd be funny, it'd be humour. There'd be some more genuinely funny shit, but it would also be sort of more serious as well. You know, there'd be serious topics, there'd be funny topics, there'd be controversial topics, there'd be sort of the random stuff that you see on the internet and things like that. You know, no doubt whenever there's this new equivalent of planking, we'll probably deal with stuff like that and so on, you know, all the crazy shit that happens. The internet is very unpredictable. I mean, could anyone honestly have predicted the Harlem Shake, planking, and the blooming goats in the video saying like, baby, 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 ah! Like, I mean, no one could have predicted that editing. And no one could have predicted the response it would have had and how much it would take off. I'm banging the table here. I'm so sorry. I'm banging the table. No, I do that. I emphasise with my hands when I talk. I do it even when I'm recording. I'm emphasising with my hands. I got a new card, so I thought I'd check it, and I found out it was. I think it was that Grat. No, it was the Buell. It's the one I'm looking at. Friggin' idiot. Went to the shop to buy stuff. I actually have money now. So I used it to buy some softs because I was like, I'm not getting caught short without any of them. And I got some eye drops and stuff like that. Purely because I just like, Echo Screen, that's what you need for that. But I just had so many issues because of the fact I didn't have stuff. I bought a couple of high potions. That caused me too many issues. I don't want to repeat those issues. Anyway, beat those guys, or should draw that. Beat those guys, and we got a card from them. So now we're going to go into the pub. We're going into the pub. I realised I had quite a few cures, so I start dishing them out. A cure for you, and a cure for you, and a cure for you. Everybody gets a cure. I've turned retarded, and I'm not allowed to use that word online. I also don't care. Came to have a good time, and now trains aren't running. Can't stay in a hotel. House bug go by your soldiers. Had his precious card stolen. I think I have that. So when I was here, I was just bitching like an idiot, but you know, he's ignoring. He's ignoring. He's worth ignoring. But he is in our way. We need to get through the back. So we decided to well, first decided to talk to everyone else. How to distinguish the drinks? They're either red, green, or something, and they're either sweet or bitter. I didn't really see. I don't really care. When it goes to the back, it might be difficult. You try to fit when you try and move him. Should we talk to him? Yes, we should. We need to get through, and now get this breath on Punk. Now I had like a moral dilemma here. Like, should I tell him about the card? And I thought, no, I won't tell him about the card. I'll buy him a drink. I thought I'd buy him a Reagan because why not? And now I realised I didn't have any money left, so I only had the choice to give him the card. So I offered him the card, and he said, I'm feeling generous, I can keep it. So he gave me another card, which is Tombury, which is awesome. And then he moved out of the way. So it turned out, ladies and gentlemen, that doing the right thing has a reward. Which I know is quite an obvious thing to know, because they teach you that as kids, but I'll switch it there. They teach you that as kids, but it doesn't seem to reflect that in real life. And again, I went serious, and I also screwed up the save. But I have a Tonbury card. I cannot sing, but I try anyway. No, I can't sing. Anyway, this is actually the end of the video now. I'm just saving it, and then I will be going. So, thanks for watching the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao for now.